Hey gang, Tony here. I'm going to do a quick flea market video, but I'm also going to do a little bit of something that I used to do a lot here, and I recently got a comment about it, saying that they missed when I used to drink a new pumpkin ale or seasonal ale for like every video that I would do during this time of year. And officially, like we call it spooky season now, right? I mean, we're 7 days into September. I've been buying Halloween stuff all summer, so I don't know. I don't really feel the movement too much. But yeah, it is officially that time of year where everyone's really getting into it. So I decided I would do that. I decided I would start that back up for whatever few videos I end up having. I'm not promising anything here, but it just so happened that I had very recently, like couple weeks ago, found the Thriller pack. That's that Angry Orchard hard cider. I don't know, collection? Do you call it a collection? It's a 12-pack. The whole big thing there, of course, was the Jason Voorhees can with the blood orange one right there. The box like glows in the dark, and you know, it's all fancy pants. There was actually at the one store they had a Jason Voorhees standee. I haven't checked back in. I should probably go check back in because I saw it like on the first day they put it out, and I immediately asked if I could have it when they were done. And at least the guy I talked to was like, sure, you can have it. I was like, really? That's awesome. And he kind of like, he promised he would put it in the back for me, but I also don't really trust that. Number one, because he was kind of old, and I don't know if he's going to remember. Number two, because like he's just a random worker there. I don't know, someone else can ask a different worker and they can make the same promise. So who knows? But anyway, I'm gonna go check in about that. I'm not trying the Jason Voorhees blood orange, mainly because I had already cracked into a few of these with my brother and my sister-in-law, and they both drank the blood orange ones. So I only have one left. You only get 3 of each flavor, and I kind of want to save it to drink while I watch the short film, which I still haven't watched, or the commercial, the 15-minute Jason Voorhees thing. But of course, no one wanted the cinnamon one, so I'm stuck with 3 of these, and that is what I'm going to try. I thought it would be fun to try this one because, frankly, I don't think I'm going to like it. We had those Beetlejuice cinnamon apple things last year, and I still have them because they were terrible. I tried to like them, I really did, but man, was it bad. And I'm just anticipating this is going to be something like that, only alcoholic. So we're going to crack in, and then I'll show you what I got at the flea market, and I'll tell you what I think of this stuff. I am not usually a hard cider drinker. I really just got these because of the Jason Voorhees thing. And I am going to be all, snobby about this. And I brought my little taster glass so that we could see it and I could smell it and all that. So let's go with this. See what it looks like. Pretty clear, actually. Kind of just looks like... I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if they were, like, going to, like, color it or something. But, yeah, it just kind of looks like a really, really light beer. It just smells, you know what? It smells like, I used to make, when I homebrewed, I used to make something we called Graph, based on the Dark Tower series. And it was basically just like a hard cider. It was apple juice and apple cider, and we would, ferment it. And sometimes I would hop it and flavor it a little bit too. It's supposed to be a cross between beer and hard cider, not just straight up cider. You get a little bit of cinnamon. It actually doesn't smell that too forward. I was afraid it was going to be like potpourri kind of cinnamon. I'm not getting that. Let's taste it. Okay. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It does mostly taste like a hard cider, and then There's a bit you get the cinnamon, and it's a very specific cinnamon flavor that I'm trying to place, because there are different kinds of cinnamon. It's not just one thing. Like Red Hots, I'm getting like kind of like a Red Hots cinnamon out of that. Not like cinnamon stick, not like warming spice, but very specifically like Red Hots candy, which I don't like, but this is not bad. It's fine. All right, okay, that's that. I just want to show you too that I found these. What? I love them. These are one of the few Halloween food products that remains a decent price. Like, they're not fucking trying to gouge you, give you the $6 just because they made an orange package. But it's also like not just packaging. It's a special flavor for the year, and it's different than previous years too. This is Zomberry. I can't remember if last year was Zomberry or not, but this is empty. I like I take it apart like at the seams so I could like preserve it, because I do save a box each year, and I'll usually save like one emptied out pouch. I don't save them with the liquid in them because I'm not that level crazy, but I'm crazy enough that I flatten boxes that are cool for the year. Okay, you want to know what I got at the flea market? You sat through all that bullshit and you're still waiting, so here we go. And I do apologize in advance. It's not super exciting. Today was not great. I grabbed this GoBots Earthbound Episode 4. Ooh, excuse me. Getting a little, the carbonation's getting to me. So that is just the book, unfortunately. It's supposed to have a record or a tape, maybe. I'm not really sure. Not exactly a GoBots fan, but it was like 50 cents, so it was, sure, whatever. Yay. What made it 50 cents was at that booth I also grabbed this. And again, this is like nothing super exciting, but I just saw it and I was like, ooh, I could put this in one of my Halloween animatronics, or not the animatronics, the Telco motionettes. They have things, sometimes they need, like, one of them has a candle that it holds, and I found this little bulb that looks like a flame, and I thought it looked pretty cool. Have no idea if it works, didn't test it out yet or anything, but 50 cents. So that was $1 that I spent at the one booth. Whoopity friggin' do! All right, next is, I got a lot of like paper stuff today, I guess. Well, no, that's not true. It's just one more. This was $1. I don't know why. I thought it was neat. Blue printer Erdl, had Batman on the Batmobile on the cover. It's from 1989. The May-June issue, Volume 3, Issue 3. And I was getting a couple other things from that booth, and I just, like, at last minute, I grabbed this, and I was like, fuck it, I'll take it. On the back, we have a little Star Trek thing. Someone's name on there from whoever used to get these. They had a whole giant stack of these, but, I'm not that interested. And then on the inside, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot else of interest. There's some car things, and I don't think there was anything about the Batmobile inside, which was weird. Just a bunch of random stuff. Yeah, nothing about the Batmobile on the inside. It's all on the cover. So, whatever. Grab that. And then at a different booth, I spotted, sometimes I'll go through the 45s, not always, but I saw this. I was like, I have to have it. It is Fraggle Rock 45. I love Fraggle Rock. I really do. I have the original album, like from when I was a kid. I have it. They did do a reissue that I missed, unfortunately. I would have liked to get that. It's pretty good shape. The guy was only asking 50 cents a record, and I didn't really want more of them. I have a ton of these things. They're not, generally speaking, worth money unless you find like a super rare one. But otherwise, they're either like $1 or maybe like $10. That's once in a blue moon you see them on eBay. Like certain ones that go for like a couple hundred. So anyway, I didn't have 50 cents, so just to get it to $1, I also picked up this record, which is EU from the School Days soundtrack, Da Butt. That's right. I think one of these sides says it's a remix or a redub or... Yeah, dub 1. I honestly couldn't tell you what the hell this is. I thought it was funny as shit. I'm like, I'm going to get Da Butt. So I got Da Butt. What do you know? Okay. Believe it or not, there's only 3 more things. Yeah, not a great day. We woke up. It was like it had rained all night. It was very wet out. When we got there just weren't that many vendors there. People were scavenging like crazy. There's this thing that happens. I'll show you one more item and then I'll tell you some stuff just in case. I don't want you guys to feel too like, oh man, here he goes. He's talking. All right, so I got this. It's a Flintstones McDonald's mug. You've seen them. They're pretty common. You kind of see it says Flintstones and McDonald's symbol is over there. And it's that weird like frosted glass. They're cool. I mean, I see them all the time though. I see these. There's I think 3 or 4 different ones of those, and then there are Batman Forever, I think, is the other one that they did these kinds of mugs for. And you see them all the time, and they go, people sell them for $1 or $2, and I don't need them, but today was like such a sparse day that I'm like, I'm just going to get it. It was $1. Big fucking deal, Wow, what are you going to do? So anyway, so there's this thing that happens at the flea market. This one, I mean, I assume all flea markets, where, especially on slower days like this, vendors who are selling stuff will go and buy stuff off of other vendors and then bring it to their own tables and hike the price up and try to sell it. And there's this couple there that's fucking notorious for this shit. Like, they're nice enough, kind of, but I almost never buy stuff off them because they price everything pretty high, and they pull this crap where they go around buying cheaper stuff I mean, there's no law against it. You could do whatever you want, but it just rubs me the wrong way. So I went over there's this one truck that shows up pretty much every week, and they just unload boxes of stuff onto the ground, and everything's fairly cheap, and it's one of the places that most people like to flock and really like pick through stuff. They don't like take anything out of boxes, so you really have to dig for stuff. And I go over there, and there's this huge area of, like, I'm talking like a ton of stuff, and there are a couple of blow mold Christmas candle blow molds sitting there. So I go over and I'm kind of looking at it, and the woman, and I know her from her booth, she walks over, he goes, "That's my stuff." And I looked over, I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, how much do you want for it?" And she kind of looked at me a little strange, and I was like, "Wait, what do you mean it's your stuff? Like, you're buying this?" She's like, "Yeah, this is my pile." I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. It was like a giant, like, her and her boyfriend or husband, whoever he is, they like ran over there and just started fucking pulling stuff to the side. And it was this enormous area of stuff. And I'm like, I can't anymore with this woman. So yeah, they were just, I don't know. And then they were like looking through it after the fact. It was almost like they were pulling stuff away so that no one else could look at it, and like calling it their pile, but then not looking at the stuff until they had it in their pile. And then I see them like putting stuff back sort of after the fact. So it's really like just really annoying way of going about I mean, I know this is like the nature of secondhand selling and flea markets and yard sales, and you kind of have to be a little bit of an asshole if you're going to make a living doing this. Um, but it does rub me the wrong way. Not as much as my brother. My brother was really annoyed. I was like, whatever. They're going to do what they're going to do. I'm not going to buy anything off of them. They can fucking do whatever they want. So anyway, that section unfortunately was pretty bad today anyway. There was a couple of Halloween things that I had in my hand and then decided not to buy. The only last two things that I did end up getting were from other areas. One is just this plastic skull. It was $1. It was sitting there. I'm like, yeah, you know what? It looks like a slightly older one. And I will often, if it looks a little more vintage, like it's definitely not like, this didn't come all out of the dollar store last week kind of thing. I like the look of it for a buck. There's nothing going on with it. It's literally just a head. Maybe there's a tiny hole there. Maybe it was part of a full skeleton at some point, but I doubt it. Kind of just looks like one of those things that you just, whatever. So got that. And for another $1, I also got the little McDonald's Parade Happy Pail. It's supposed to have like a shovel or a rake or something with it because it has like that, the sand sifter. It was meant to be used at the beach. I don't buy McDonald's stuff too often, and then today I bought 2 McDonald's things. It was pretty old one from 86 or whatever. They don't go for much or anything. I mostly got it because I like having these extra little things like this because then I could put other stuff in it to store. So it's like, it's kind of serving double duty a little bit. That was it. That was literally it. I mean, what did I spend today? Like $5 or $6 or something like that. Barely anything. I spent more money at the farm stand when I I bought a big thing of seconds peaches. If you don't know what seconds are, when you go to like farm stands or farms or farmers markets, they'll often sell fruits and vegetables as seconds, meaning they're not pretty enough or fresh enough to sell at full price. This happens a lot with peaches because they're very like easily bruised. So they're not like rotten or anything, but they might have some bruises on them. They might be a little closer to being like they're very ripe and like you only have a couple days before they're gonna like start to go. I like to get them to make either peach pie or peach cobbler. So seconds are perfect for pie making because it really doesn't fucking matter like how they look or if they're a little bruised or not because you're gonna throw it into a pie filling or a cobbler. So I got those for that, and I got some a nice big basket of like purple and yellow bell peppers. Nice big basket of those for like $2. The peaches were I think $4.25, and it was a big, I forget what they're called. There's like the names for them, right? The peck and the half peck and all this and that. I don't remember, but it was a lot. It was like easily like 4 or 5 pounds of peaches. No, I'm lying. Not 4 or 5 pounds. 2 or 3 pounds. Probably? I don't know. I didn't weigh them. I have no idea. More than a dozen peaches. Okay. Listen, I'm a little rambly today because I've been working all weekend. So you'll indulge me a little bit. And I was supposed to go to RetroCon this weekend. I was really looking forward to it, and then I didn't go because I had so much work that I just couldn't. I couldn't get away, and it really was pretty sad. I'm like, man, I had been looking forward to it all summer. I got backed up with grading and lesson planning and writing and just too much, so I didn't go. And I've been working all weekend, so that's why I'm like, yay, a chance to talk. I'm just gonna talk forever. Or until now. And now I'm done. All right, everybody. If you tried the Thriller Pack, what was your favorite one? I've only tried 2 of the flavors so far. The berry, whatever the fuck it was called. Like, there's a berry one, and then this one. Believe it or not, I kind of like this one better than the berry one, which is surprising me because it's cinnamon. But the berry one had a slight, like, cough syrup flavor to it, which was okay. I mean, it was okay. I could drink it. I did drink it, but it definitely like reminded me a little bit too much of cough syrup. The cinnamon is toned down enough that I'm all right with it. Okay, here I'll hold up the can one last time so you can see it, and I'll cheers you with that. Cheers, everybody. Have a great beginning of the spooky season. Let me know how you're all doing. Oh, I better drink since I said cheers. Yeah, I'll be back, even if it's not for yard sale stuff. But breathe deep in the night, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye. I said goodbye.